Welcome in another edition of Inside the Cage is here for BJPenn.com. I am your host, Mike Pendleton. We're going to get right into it. UFC 249 is a go. And joining me now is a man who I'm very, very happy to have the honor and opportunity to talk to. He'll be featured at UFC 249. He is the former heavyweight title challenger, very close, possibly should be in an interim title fight. We'll talk to him about that. The one and only Francis Ngannou. Francis, how are you?
I'm good, Mike. How about you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for joining me during these crazy times. Let's just get right into it. What have the last couple weeks been like for you? The fight, was supposed to take place in Columbus, Ohio. It gets postponed because of the coronavirus. It is now at UFC 249. What have these last few weeks been like for you?
These last 3 weeks has been a very very weird. I knew that the fight was postponed, but I also knew that they wanted to maintain this event, the 249. So, but didn't hear anything clear from about that until this last Sunday. So it was a little bit about unclear. Everything was unclear, but at the meantime, we were just staying quarantine, trying to do training safely, just to be ready in case something happened. And obviously, we were right.
Yeah, your coach, Eric Nixick, kind of talked about a lot. He talked to me a lot about, your preparation, your mindset for this. Was there any hesitation from your end because of the postponement, or were you ready to go no matter what?
I mean, no, there wasn't any hesitation. It's going to be almost 10 months since my last fight. So obviously, I really want to step back there in the octagon. I really want to fight. And yes, of course, now it's more dangerous. It's a little more dangerous because fighting is always a dangerous business. So we have to take a risk and go out there to do what you want to do. This fight for me, to be honest, is good for my health. It's good for my mind. I think if I don't fight very soon, I would just go crazy, So there wasn't any hesitation, and I was just happy that they are able to find a place for the event.
Well, keeping you happy sounds like a good plan for everyone. We don't need to make you go crazy, so I'm happy we kept you happy. So let's talk about the location. Obviously, there's so many reports, and I don't need any information from you, but what I will ask is, are you happy with how eager and how quickly and how serious Dana White took it and worked his way to make sure that there was an event secure or a location secured for this event?
I mean, I don't know how to make sure, but if he said so, I believe that. And once again, I'm just happy about the fact that he didn't give up and try everything he can to make this event take place. So once again, without the fight, I mean, I'll be really sick. No matter what. I mean, even without coronavirus, I will still be sick if I don't fight sometime soon. Yes, so it's kind of go out there taking some risk for solve some other problem. And at the meantime, yeah, we all want to put on a show, get a fight done, and have this feeling that okay, things is keep going on. It's not the end of the world. It's a great feeling to have, man. I mean, obviously the thing's gonna come back to normal, but when you stuck home and don't know what is going out there. You kind of like it's kind of like depressing, you know. But now we are out of that spot, which is really great, and we all own this from Dana White, which I'm grateful for that.
Well, it's going to be a hell of a show. Now, on a very serious note, you did tell Submission Radio not too long ago that you were tested for coronavirus. Everything obviously came back well. Are they announced, or it was reported that there's going to be extra health precautions, there's going to be extra safety measures for this event. Are you happy to see the UFC being proactive and putting everyone's health first for those that will be a part of this event?
Yes, definitely. I mean, first of all, I didn't doubt about that. I know that they're gonna do whatever takes to like keep us safe. Like just even before the quarantine, the precaution that they was taken at the PI, it was just amazing to see how they were careful about everything and try to do everything to protect people. And then like now with the fight, I'm sure they're gonna do that. They just even tell me that I just have a call that we're still gonna get test before go out there. Me and all my team, which is who once again make me feel. I feel good about it because it's kind of like something who makes you believe in the safety of the place of the event. I mean, technically, it's way more safe than the grocery store out there. They don't test people before they go to the grocery store, and you see those people in the grocery store when you walk to the grocery store, it's just scaring. Like, yeah. So this for me is even less risk than go out there grocery because I know that every people that I will be around will be tested and good. So I feel very secure about it.
Well, I got to tell you, Francis, going away from all the crazy and seriousness that is going on, one of the things that excited me the most about talking to you today is I saw you in one of your first fights live. It was actually the first UFC fight I got to attend in person. This is way back in 2016 in Chicago. And to kind of follow your career since then and knowing everything that we know about you now, just from the timeline of 4 years from when I saw you fight in Chicago to where you're at now, how do you feel about your progress in your UFC career?
I mean, as every human being, whatever we are doing, we want to progress in it. You know, we want to get better and better, and that's my goal. That's my goal. Obviously, I'm very happy about what I have done, my progress, but I'm still not settled. Because there's still a lot ahead of me that I want to achieve. There's still a lot of accomplishment that I could put on my legacy, you know. So I'm not just settled, just keep rolling, you know, and see what the future has for me.
You're taking on Biggie Boy, Jairzinho Rozenstruik, in UFC 249. He said he believed this fight should have been for the interim heavyweight title because Stipe's got the eye injury. Daniel Cormier may retire. Were you on board with that, or you just want to fight?
Okay, listen, this is my point. What do I believe? I believe that I should have been fighting for the title right now. Like the title, I thought even after the Stipe and DC, I'll be the one in the line. So that's what I believe. Now I'm here. I'm about to do this fight, which is not either a title or interim title. So the point is, it's not my. The point is just like it's not my call. I don't decide what's gonna be, even this, regardless what is my thought about what is fair. Once again, it's not my call. So I just have to do what I have to do. You know, I truly believe that I was in the spot for fight for the title. So That's my thought.
Three first round finishes, all knockouts against some of the very best heavyweights the division has to offer. It's hard to argue that you deserve, a shot at the title. Now, on going back to kind of who you are, Francis, and something that I kind of pulled in from your conversation, or from my conversation, excuse me, with Coach Eric Nixick. He talked about how you just have a championship mindset, and it's developed, from everything you've gone through in your life. And now that you're there at Extreme Couture, what has that team done for you? And what is your championship mindset? What pushes you to keep going every practice and every fight?
You know, first, I'm gonna start for what was keep pushing me to keep being practice, to being going hard, which is the same thing that has been pushing me since the beginning. The same thing that has been pushing me since when I left my family and take a road to immigrate in Europe without knowing where I'm going. You know, so looking behind, I see my family without future. I see my family without desperate, and I want to do something about that. I want to bring something back. I want to put my family in the good spot. I want to take out that feeling of that fear that they have. Trying hard whatever I can to put them in the in this comfort zone. And once again, I would do my best for me, for my family, and I'm not settle. I'm not just the guy who will settle for what he has done or for what he has. I'm just a guy who keep dreaming. I'm a dreamer. I'm a dream chaser. So he will always be like that, no matter where I am. I just keep pushing. And yes, I've been training at Extreme now. I train sometime at Extreme and sometime with Coach Dewey Cooper, which is my striking coach. But now I train with Eric Nixick, which is my kind of like my MMA coach. But talking about the team, obviously it's a good team. But what I value more is the person that I work around, the person that we commit to each other. I think for me that's something who matter the most, and I kind of like find that kind of person around. I kind of see a person like that, a good person with a good positive mindset, attitude that I want to be around, to a person that I would be happy to like somebody that I know for sure that he has my back. And that's something that I see personally in Eric, which is beyond the team.
Now, looking at, I have just a few more here for you, Francis. I really appreciate your time this evening. Looking at UFC 249, we've talked about, where you stand in the division and the safety precautions and all of that. But going back to being a dream chaser, never looking back and knowing the history of you and your family and never giving up and never settling, do you feel like you can be a message, an inspiration to so many people when you step into the cage next weekend, because everything you've gone through and now you're willing to fight during a worldwide pandemic? Do you feel like you could be inspiration to a lot of people?
Personally, I don't know. I think yes. Whatever we do is depend of what the person would do. But whatever we do positive always impact people. As long as you keep doing it positive, you keep impact people. You as a journalist, you do your job really good. Somebody will just like see you interviewing fighters or whoever is it, and then he will just be inspired by that. I mean, that's how things work. Everybody can impact life on his own way. Yes, obviously, I I think that would inspire people. I think I inspire people because long time ago I had friend who just told me that they didn't believe in their dream. They didn't believe in nothing since they were in the small village or in the small places. They didn't have opportunity, so they gave up. They gave up everything, and then I didn't give up my own. So I proved them that they were wrong. I proved them that they can go to nothing to something. I mean, like when you hear something like this, you know that you're impacting these people's life, and they kind of like pick up their life and they chase their dream.
Well, I think you're very inspiring. I think your story is very inspiring. Your coach, Eric Nixick, thinks, and there's just a few more here for you, Francis. Your coach, Eric Nixick, thinks you do very well in boxing. He said because you listen very well and you're willing to learn and adapt to everything. It's a question a lot of people want to know. Is that a door that you'll keep open one day to have a professional boxing fight?
Definitely. I mean, there's not a doubt about it. I wanna cross over. I wanna do my own, make a statement out there in the boxing world. You know, because that was my first love. That was my first dream. Before MMA came around, I was all about boxing. I was swearing about boxing. And I think like I'm at some point in my life that I have to do whatever I like, what I love to do, to check all those boxes, which is on my table line to do things.
So in your division, there's guys like Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. Who do you think you'd match up the best against?
I think, honestly, I think obviously with a good preparation, I can match up with any of those. But once again, I'm not just going there for one shot. So I probably gonna have multiple fights. Then will give me more opportunity to match up many of those. If it's not all of them, I'm really willing to do that.
Well, I think you just put the whole boxing world on notice. Two more here for you, Francis. Back in the UFC, fighting Biggie Boy, like I said, and like we've talked about next weekend. You've already stated, and again, I said it's hard to argue you deserve a heavyweight title shot. If I had Dana's number, I would call him for you. But I'm pretty sure you saying it is enough. Actually, I know for a fact you saying it is enough. When you've said it, you've got it. So with that being said, there is uncertainty at the top of the division with Stipe and DC and if they'll ever fight. If things go according to plan and you win at UFC 249, would you like to see yourself put in next in line for a title fight?
Definitely yes. I mean, I would like to see myself with some with on the title right now. So like being here is not like what I was expecting the most, but I just have to do what is my job, my duty, what I commit to. But yeah, that's the goal.
You're obviously training for a massive fight, but I have to ask you, we'll end this on a fun note. I know you can't be in a gym 24/7, so with there being a quarantine, are there TV shows you're watching? Are you watching Netflix? What are you doing to keep yourself busy during this lockdown?
I mean, I'm doing the same thing that I used to do, watch TV. I always watch TV even while I'm not in quarantine. I'm always locked up. Gym, house. So the only difference now is like, okay, sometime I will go out for dinner. I'm not going out anymore. The gym is empty. And then I've been doing some home workout as well, since I have more time not to get bored anymore because he was a little bit boring at first. Yeah, so I watch my shows on Netflix, my movies, and do my home workout.
Do you have a
and
favorite
hang
show
out.
that you're watching?
Yes. I mean, I watch a lot of I watch TV a lot, so like the last part of the Money Heist came
Oh,
out like 4 days ago,
yeah.
no, 6 days ago. It was last week, but I watched it almost like one day. It was 8 episodes. I watched that for one day. I knocked that out for one day. So kind of like go through some stuff, random stuff. Watch some shows that I watched, and then I loved them. Like Designated Survivor. I have some shows like Working Date, which is like similar to what to the era of the war right now. What we are living right now is very similar to Walking Dead.
That's awesome. Well, I heard a lot of good things about Money Heist, and if you're knocking it out in one day, that shows me one, it's a very good show, and two, you're knocking people out in fights, and you're knocking TV shows out on Netflix. So I have to watch it, and we need everything to
Yes.
come back because obviously there was the report of Fast and Furious 9. You're in it. Has that all been pushed back because of the coronavirus?
Um, I don't. I don't have a. I don't have a clear information about that for now. You know, like with all this going out, that's not what I don't. That's no what your my mind is exactly. There's a lot of thing going on in your mind, and you don't know what is going on out there. And at the meantime, you can't even reach out to people to just bother them with those kind of stuff. Uh,
Well, I can't wait to see it, Francis. I can't wait to see you get back into the octagon next Saturday when you take on Biggie Boy in the heavyweight division. I obviously believe that if things go your way, there should be some title implications. Just yell at Dana White. Just yell at Dana White. It happened. It worked for you one time before. Like I said, if I could call him, I would. But I think you can deliver the message better than I can, Francis. It's been an honor, and I'm truly thankful to talk to you today. Best of luck next weekend.
my pleasure, Mike. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good to talk to you.
That was UFC heavyweight Francis Ngannou, former title challenger in the heavyweight division. That's some great stuff. I mean, so he's saying that his team, which I'm going to believe will be the case for a lot of fighters at UFC 249, will be tested. There will be precautions in place for UFC 249. So very happy to hear that. I think no matter if you're excited for the fights or you don't think the fight should go on, knowing that there are extra safety precautions in place should ease some concerns. Whether or not on the ethical scale, if it's right or wrong, that's for everyone else to decide. Big thank you to Francis Ngannou for joining me here on Inside the Cage on bjpenn.com. You can follow us on Twitter at bjpenn.com. You can follow me at mp2310. You can find us on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at mikep2310. And until next time, as always, we'll see you soon, everybody.